Guys, I gotta tell you, I wasn't real happy
Yeah.
with the last episode of
Yeah.
the Heavenly Ladies.
Wasn't
If only there was a way we could like go back in time and shoot that video
Wait a
again.
minute. What's this? There's only one thing we can do.
What's that?
Whoa. Wow. Whoa. This is so What is this? Whoa, what are these words? Whoa. Well, let's go back to the show. The Heavenly 80s! Woo! Welcome to the Heavenly 80s!
It's been a long time, Chris.
Yeah.
We've been slacking.
But can we go to the back to the future?
Yes, if only we could go back in time and record more episodes because we've been so lazy.
Uh-huh.
But you can't go back in time, can you?
I wish.
Hello,
Hello?
McFly.
Clive, anybody there?
So what are we talking about?
We're gonna talk about Back to the Future 2?
Back to the, maybe, I guess more Back to the Future 2 than Back to the Future 1. What we got here is Back to the Future 1. I don't think I've got Back to the Future
We have
2 on
discs.
VHS. Yeah, I think I have it on VHS somewhere.
We have
But-
discs.
I don't know. Anyway, the franchise, the Back to the Future franchise, right? What do you think about the Back to the Future movies?
Which one?
All of them.
Back to the Future, I think is really classic. I think, but and Back to the Future 2, I think is very. I like the first one kind of a little bit more because the Back to the Future 2 special effects is not that good.
You even like Back to the Future 3, which a lot of people don't like. But
I like it.
yeah, you're a fan of Back to the Future 3 with the Old West and the train and all that stuff. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. So I think I agree. I think most people love Back to the Future 1 the most. It's the best of the three. But in a lot of ways, they remember Back to the Future 2 the most. And not just the whole movie, but that scene near the beginning of the movie where they go into the future, right? And you see what the future is going to look like.
Yeah. It was that. Wait, what year was that?
It was 2000. It was October 2015. I think October 21st, 2015,
That's
which is
when-
now almost 6 years ago.
I was still born. But
You were born, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was a big deal.
know. It's
Yeah.
not flying cars or anything.
So we want to talk a bit about. I think a lot has been said about what came true, what didn't come true. What are some of the things that they predicted that did happen?
Like in Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
There's like hoverboards, but it's not like
Hoverboards, yeah, you guys have hoverboards, but
Yeah.
not really hoverboards.
that. It's
right?
called hoverboards.
They call them hoverboards, yeah. Flat screen TVs, right? I mean, you take that for granted. Holograms, kind of, but flat. I think the big one was flat screen TVs because back when that movie came out, TVs were those big, heavy, square things, right? And in that movie, they've got widescreen. They've got like the dimensions right, and they're hanging up on the wall. You know, and actually what we have is better. You know, because those weren't HD. Now we have HD, you have 4K, you have 8K. So that actually is even better than they predicted.
Yeah.
They didn't really have iPhones or smartphones, but they did take pictures with a little something,
Yeah.
and it got on the news like immediately, which is
You could do like each channel and everything.
yeah,
You could
yeah.
do that.
They thought that there was going to be a lot more faxing going on. You know, faxes
Like more
is
energy.
well, you know what faxing is? It's like you send a message by writing something on a paper, and you put it in a machine, and the paper comes out of the other side. And they thought that was like the future, and that didn't really. It's a lot better than that with email, text messages, all
That's
that.
easier.
Yeah, it's actually better than they expected. People do not wear two ties, right? I should have worn two ties for this. Yeah. How about clothes? People do not wear the pants inside out with the pockets out. For a while, they did wear them backwards, though. This was way before you were born. This was in the early 90s. Kids wore their jeans backwards.
Why?
Because there was this rap group called Crisscross, and they wore their jeans backwards. And so kids thought it was cool.
Else?
I may or may not have done that once or twice.
What about glasses? Kind of.
Right, like the Oculus, right? They had, he was Marty's son is at the dinner table and he's got
VR.
the VR, yeah, and he's sort of like, yeah, that absolutely.
I do
yeah.
that. I did that actually.
Mhm.
Watch like YouTube or something.
Yeah, yeah. What else? There's not a Jaws. Whatever they're.
19.
Yeah, they're not at the. They stopped at 4. I don't know why they chose Jaws because by the time Back to the Future
Should
2,
be James Bond.
they should chose something else. Yeah, because by the time Back to the Future 2 came out, they already stopped making Jaws movies. It wasn't like they were pumping out Jaws every few
Yeah.
years. You know.
What was the last Jaws movie?
It was like 87, I think, or 80, yeah, I think Jaws 4 came out in 87, before Back to the Future 2. So I don't know why they would have chosen that. Yeah, you're right, James Bond, or even what could they have done? Yeah, the
Terminator?
Friday 13th, Terminators. They've had a lot of. Yeah, there was only 4 Jawses. It wasn't that many. So I don't know why they thought they predicted that the Cubs would win the World Series
Yes.
and would play Miami, and there wasn't even a Miami baseball team back then. And the Cubs, I don't know if they did that year, but the Cubs have since won a World Series, which is crazy because they hadn't won one in like a million years. And there is a Miami baseball team, so they got that right.
Well,
So they got a lot of things right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big one is the flying cars, and realistically, it's just not a good idea.
Flying cars is never gonna happen.
The technology kind of exists, but A, it would be so expensive, right? Imagine if you have to bait everybody.
I just said how much money would
Well,
be.
you basically own a plane. You'd own your own plane. That
I
would
know.
be a fortune. Where are you going to put it? And it would be so dangerous, right? I mean, to have like car accidents in the air or people running out of gas in the air, it's just not a good idea. So another thing I want to talk about is, so that was 2015, I think, was 26 years after 1989. So they were looking ahead 26 years into the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to look ahead 26 years into the future, which would put us in 2047? 2047, I think, right? You know how old you'll be? You're 10 now, so how old will you be in 26 years?
Diabetes multiplication.
No, you just got to add. What's 26 plus 10?
26 plus 10 is 36.
Right, you'll be 36-year-old. You probably have your own
That's not that
children.
old.
No, you'll be younger than I am. Yeah, you'll have your own children. You'll have your own house. What do you think life is going to be like in 2030?
I'm gonna be a director.
Okay,
Uh,
but what is life going to be like? What are we gonna? You think we'll have flying cars?
no.
No.
What else? I think they're gonna be like movies, but like if we take on glasses, like there's a TV just black, and then you put on the glasses, and it's all color, and it's all around you.
Like sort of a VR movie.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. How do you shoot that? That'd be. I think you could do that.
There's
yeah.
like on phones you do that, right?
But you know what? Again, is that better than what we have now? The question is like, does it make an improvement, right? So, what filmmakers do is that they choose the shot. They want it to look a certain way. If you put on these glasses and you can make it look any way you want to, that might work better for like sports, right? Like that kind of exists now, where like instead of going to a game, maybe you put on your glasses and you're like on the stadium, you're around the field.
Yeah, like you have somebody's filming the camera.
Yeah.
Or maybe, and then you put it on.
Yeah.
And then you see the.
Maybe you could be on the field with the players, looking around, looking at first base, looking. That'd be cool. WWE kind of did that. I don't know if you remember. They shot some matches that way, and you were like at ringside, and you could see them like jump toward you and all that. They did a VR, so that's not there yet. But in 26 years, I think it'll be there.
Might.
You know where I think will be in place in 26 years? Probably sooner than that. Cars that drive themselves. You won't even have to.
That's a thing
drive.
now.
Yeah, there's autonomous vehicles. They already do some of that.
I
So
think
you get in
because-
your car and you just sit there and it'll take you where you want to go.
I think the Alexa is gonna be like huge or something. Like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
you're right.
I think the Alexa's gonna control the car.
You're probably right. Yeah, take me to work. It takes you to work. Yeah. But where do you even go to work? Because why would you have to go to work? You get to work from home.
Yeah.
It's something we do now. What else?
I think you don't need to use hands. I think you just talk.
You know, they're trying to do some of that now. I don't think it works well. Now everything you buy has like the voice control, like the Roku or something like that. And I think it stinks. Like if you go to YouTube and you want to search something, search whatever wrestling matches, and then spells it wrong. And then you gotta correct it. No, this. You see how bad the Alexa is half the time. She doesn't understand what the heck we're talking about.
Yeah.
I guess if it gets a lot better, then maybe, yeah.
Let's see. I think they're gonna be.
How will people communicate with each other?
Ooh.
You think it'd still be like you call somebody on the phone, or is it everything
I think
video?
it's just gonna be headphones, like earbuds, or like, and like. Well, that's the thing away though, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's hard to think how things can be much better than they are now, but I'm sure people said that back in 1999 too. You know what I think is gonna be on? Like, I think TV is gonna be a lot different. I don't think
I think
it's gonna be like channels that you flip through. I think everything. It's probably just a few years away. Everything will be sort of like on demand, right?
maybe. I think the screen's not gonna be flat. I think it's just gonna be like this.
Curved. They tried that. I don't think it worked real well. And again, you got to think about like how this fits into your daily life. That would be kind of a pain to figure out where to put that. Now you think TVs could get bigger, and they could get bigger, but then where do you put them? You know, like you run out of space. You know, unless people start committing like an entire wall just to TV.
You know what I think? I think like there's like a chair and the screen right in front of you.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
Or
How about food?
food.
Food will change.
Coke.
They had the thing where they like put the dehydrated meal in like
They
the
put
thing, and
a
they put the
Pizza
button, and
Hut,
like a
and
turkey
then-
came out. Oh yeah, pizza came out. Yeah.
And like two.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work.
It's possible.
I think microwaves are probably about as good as they're gonna get.
Let's see.
Still gonna cook food.
I think maybe you don't need to drive to restaurants. Maybe they just like give it you in their house. Like they send it to you or something.
They like deliver. Yeah, they kind of have that now. You know, delivery like
But the
Grubhub.
people that work there don't even have to do that. They just have to cook it.
But then you don't go out. I mean, part of like going to a restaurant is like being out. You know, restaurants probably like even that's changed a lot. You think about it, like that was one thing that remember when he goes into that '80s cafe, there was like the talking screen that I think he placed his order with the talking screen.
It's like a
that,
Zoom.
that kind of happens already now. But you go to like a Fridays or something like that. You could order it all on a tablet. Yeah, so a lot of that's happened already. So
Maybe I think food is gonna be. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just like a pill.
maybe. You know what is hard to predict? Things from the past coming back, right? So by 1989, most people weren't listening to records anymore. Records were a thing of the past. And now in 2021, you go to Walmart, you go to a Target, and they got a whole section on records. You buy and you can't get DVDs. I mean, yeah, you can't like buy DVDs or CDs anymore, but you could buy records.
I think-
So maybe the VHS comes back.
Yeah, if it just comes back, but bad looking maybe.
We got to bring it back. Bring back the VHS, the VCR. It's up to us. Dylan.
Dylan. Maybe how Heavenly 80s still continued.
Ah, yes. Hey, I remember the 80s, son. With my great grandkids there. Back in the 80s, there was a movie called The Heavenly Kid. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be, gosh, I don't even want to know how, right, so 43.
Plus 26.
63, 69 years old. I'll be 69. I'll be a senior citizen.
Not that bad.
Yeah, I won't be 70 yet. So I'll be gray. I'll be very handsome.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else?
I think that's everything. How about fashions? How will people dress? That's one thing that they got wrong a lot too, right? They had like weird hats and weird,
I think when you put on a hat, you can like turn the directions. Like
What does that
forward,
do?
like that, or that.
It'll
or
just
that.
turn by itself.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You gotta invent that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So like this part, you just touch it and it goes.
No, it goes like on the wrist, like
Oh, I like
like
that.
that.
That's such a good idea. Christopher, you got to patent that. That is a brilliant idea. So it's just like the middle part, and then this part rotates.
And I think when you have sweaters, there's like a tissue thing right here.
So you could just blow your nose.
Yeah.
Everybody does it anyway. Just have built-in tissue.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
And you move the tissue.
You got to be an inventor, Chris. Very, very smart. Yeah.
Or I think shorts, when you like take off short, the thing is usually stuck in there. You have to pick it out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's gonna be still there.
But how do you do that? You know what you could do? You kind of do like those sweaters I have where you have the thumb hole, right? And so you put your hole through the shirt, the cuff of the shirt.
Uh-huh.
And so maybe all shirts are like that. All shirts have the thumb hole.
Why?
So that way it won't ride up on you because you're holding it down with your thumb. I should have worn one of those shirts so I could show everybody.
Ah.
Yeah.
What the? Hey.
Chris, we're going to dominate the world in 26 years. You and me.
We can torture people like puppets.
Yes. Okay. All right. That was fun. Been a while since we did one of these.
Yeah.
Let's not wait 26 years to do another one.
And hit that subscribe button.
I forgot how to hit the subscribe button. It's been so long.
You like subscribe it like this, I don't know what you subscribe for.
What's it gonna look like in 26 years? The subscribe button.
The YouTube sing logo.
It's gonna be completely different.
And hit the like button, and if you want to reach it to 1,000.
Yes, let's get up to 1,000 people subscribing.
This day.
Subscribers.
And
Got a
if you
long way to
want
go.
to see more when it comes out, hit the notifications. Okay.
All right, and we'll see you next time on
The Henley